We're on 2, 3. Hello everyone, Dr. Rich Castellano here, facial plastic surgeon at the Global Aesthetics Conference in Miami with Jay Shorr and Mara Shorr. The party just keeps getting better and better and better. How are you guys doing?
I couldn't be better, or else I'd have had a twin like you.
Oh, well, thank you. And so, Mara?
Doing amazing. It's, the end of the second day of the conference. We've got one more day, 2 more days left, and we've got lectures tomorrow, and we always love being able to share all of our knowledge. It's so much fun.
How many talks have you guys given so far? You were moderating on a panel.
Yes.
And then, have you given any talks so far? Or your talks? And how many? So, I mean, it's a lot. You guys are talking a lot here.
We moderate panels, moderate sessions. We have talks together. We have talks separately. So it's always fun being able to lecture and do this with your father. So because we're a proud father-daughter team.
Father-daughter. People that are just learning about you for the first time, tell them what you do. On video, let them know. What do you do for doctors? How do you provide value for them?
Absolutely, it's an easy answer. Operational, financial, administrative health of your practice. In other words, we help you save time, we help you save money, we help you be more efficient so you can focus on practicing medicine and your staff runs smoothly, easy peasy. So we help you with those aspects.
Well, doctors are smart. I mean, they should be able to figure this stuff out on their own, right? The business part of it,
Well, so here's the fun fact, though, is that, and you know this, Dr. Rich,
right,
is that
you guys came to my office,
in all that doctors do, you're brilliant at your craft, whether you are, no matter what level provider you are, but you didn't go to school for business. That's not what your focus is on. That's not what your focus should be on. You should be focusing on practicing medicine. Your training wasn't on running a small business, and you're a small business owner now. That's not what your focus should be on. So Jay can speak more because we were in your practice for.
You guys came out to my office.
Yes.
Look, Tom Brady has, how many coaches does Tom Brady have?
Many
Tiger
coaches.
Woods, right? So we wanted to do better in our business. You guys came into our office and it made a difference. There was a time when we did not have office meetings. What a amazing moment to say, you know what, maybe we should start having some meetings and then we can talk with the team and start communicating, right? So, and the rest is history. And now we're doing very well. We generate over $3 million in cosmetic revenue. I'm very grateful for the course you guys have put us on. And how many practices have you worked with now? I mean, the list is getting longer and longer.
Yeah.
Well, in totality, between site visits and with remote coaching and with affiliate relationships, we've worked with several hundred practices throughout the U.S. and Canada. And this all started right after we ended up finishing and concluding. We had a medical practice for dermatology, aesthetic, cosmetic, plastic surgery, and for cosmetic plastic gynecology. And with the untimely death of the medical director, we took our knowledge and brought it out to the community. We created certification programs naturally for A4M, for the aesthetic show, and we're working very diligently. I've been on faculty between the Vegas Cosmetic Multi-Specialty.
You support many different conferences. I mean, it's like
Correct.
Dozens of conferences that you're all over the place. So hundreds of clients, dozens of conferences, you're getting results. So you need, now, how can they find out more about Jay and Mara Shorr? Where do they find you and what you're doing?
Absolutely. They go to Shorr Solutions, S-H-O-R-R, solutions plural because we have more than one, shorrsolutions.com. And you can also find us on Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, at Shorr Solutions is our handle.
They're everywhere.
Yes.
Biggest highlight of the meeting so far?
Jay?
The biggest highlight, naturally, in any meetings that we attend, since we don't as much get involved in the medical portion, the didactic portions, clinical knowledge, we work strictly in the practice management for the operational, financial, administrative portions. The most important thing
That's a mouthful, that's a lot, but it's good stuff. So
the most important thing is meeting up with colleagues, collaborating versus competing, as Mara so eloquently did a lecture yesterday. And it's being able to gain knowledge from people in our same industry that all have different thought processes, because there isn't one fit that works for all medical practices, no matter how successful you really are.
A lot of artistry.
And look, there's not one business course that most of you successful surgeons took in medical school. And our mantra is we allow you to do what you do best, and that's practice medicine, and allow people that deal with this type of business. Our success comes from having physically run a practice for 12 years. When I retired from corporate America, I came in to run my late wife's practice, and after her untimely demise, we took this on the road and helped physicians, practice managers, surgeons help run their businesses for what they don't know, And I hate to use that coined expression, but it is so true.
And a lot of doctors are silently suffering. They're stressed, they're frustrated, they don't know what to do, and they don't know how to turn it around. They need help.
Yes.
You know, the one clue that I could give everybody out there is, Dr. Rich and I spent an incredibly amount of time together. I spent 3 days a week for 10 months in that practice. We were hopefully successful in bringing and elevating people along, to take over where
I
we
highly
left
recommend.
off.
I have doctors call me all the time. They're like, "What do you think about JMR?" I'm like, "Get them in your office."
And the one thing that I can say that's the most important part is don't be afraid to admit you're in pain. When I have an injury, I say, I'm in pain. I need help. Who is the specialist out there that I can go to? Is it an orthopedist that works on hands? Is it a plastic surgeon that works on hands? Give me the name of those people, but you have to admit that you are truly in pain.
Can't fix a problem if you don't admit that it's
Right.
there.
And we're here to help you in any way we can. It's a father-daughter team.
Yes.
Very good. Wonderful. I love to hear that because these doctors need it in a big way, and we love having these resources. That's why these meetings are so great. So, Global Aesthetics Conference here in Miami at the Lowe's Hotel. So, what's the future of practice management look like? We've made it this far. 20, 30 years ago, practice management did not have this type of presence.
Yes.
Where do you see the future of practice management go? Because cosmetic medicine is getting
Absolutely.
bigger and bigger. What do you feel about that?
I think that now more than ever, with the advance of technology, we now more than ever have the ability to see data, right? And so it's about using the technology that's available to its fullest extent. So your website, make sure that you're maximizing, make sure you're focusing on SEO, make sure that you're really focusing on all of these things that are driving, and use the data available to you, because there is so much data that's now available. So use the data available to you, analyze it, and then do something with that data. So we have clients that come to us all the time and they say, I don't know how to bring in more patients. Is the problem that you need to bring in more patients, or is the problem that you need to make sure that you're booking the patients and the people that are actually picking up the phone to call you?
Evidence-based business practices.
Exactly. So make sure that you're looking at how is your front desk running their team. Make sure that you look at how your patient care coordinator, are they actually booking consults? So from the people that actually pick up the phone and call, you book in consults. Are those consults turning into treatment? Does your staff need training? Utilize webinars. Advice Media puts on a great series of webinars for really great knowledge. So I encourage you to utilize the technology, because education is available now more than ever before. Data is available now more than ever before. So gain that knowledge, but then utilize that data. And we have clients that we help do this all the time, is actually train based on the data and based on technology.
Awareness.
One of my main comments is I love people's opinions. I actually love facts more. And, believe half of what you hear and 3/4 of what you see. It's a different change from where that expression used to be. But Mara, what she was explaining in data, get software, it's technology. Get your analytics from your website company. Get data and analytics from your EMR or practice management software
And
company.
check it regularly.
And do something with it. We have clients that feed me tons and tons of paperwork, and I said, well, what have you done with this? And they said, nothing. And the whole thing is, I know you've heard this before, garbage in, garbage out. But we have seen practices that don't segregate their procedures and any of their revenue, and when they want to increase, they have no baseline. Anytime I've ever gone to a physician, primary care, internal medicine, and when I say I don't feel good, they do blood work. And that is my baseline.
Gotta analyze you.
So
Examine.
whether it's going to reduce my blood pressure, whether it's going to reduce my cholesterol, at least we have a starting point. And that is what technology is all about. Years ago, it was a pen and paper. Now we have accessibility to do something with good, real data, but make sure you're putting that correct data into the software that you have and do something with it.
I love it. Data, information. You know, it's interesting because you start the conversation with doctors, and a lot of things they'll say, boy, I'd really love more leads. And to your point, you know, they don't know how to convert them. They don't know how to bring them in when they've got great leads. They don't need it. They need to be trained, as you said. And what I've found too is that when I help doctors understand that they need this help, I've got a very special tool, and it's very effective to help doctors understand that they need better business knowledge and awareness. And it's a 2x4. Because you literally have to take a 2x4 and say, you need this, come on, this is for your own good. I'm just kidding, you don't do that. But really, it is very hard to get through, but once you do, what a difference it makes.
You know, let me make one final comment. I recall several years ago when I was in your practice and trying to convert the people that were there yesterday that didn't book. I recall when you said to me, well, what about those charts in the back? And Dr. Rich eloquently referred to those as the no buys. And it was a matter of going back into the back room, into the archive charts, pulling them all out. Now look, a major percentage of those people may have had the procedure already because it was our fault for not contacting them sooner. But ladies and gentlemen, you will be shocked when you go back, if you haven't already analyzed why these people have not bought from you, go back into these and find out why. And if they haven't had the procedure, maybe there was no compelling event that made them. The event that they wanted it for was over. Their children got married. They may have had a confirmation, a kinsey, a bar mitzvah, whatever it was that they were looking for. But if you don't go back into historical data, you're losing opportunities. Let's not worry about what was, but let's worry about what was. But most importantly, let's do something with the patient that was just there that we did not sell. We want to know why.
Absolutely.
Utilizing data.
I love that. And you know, we at one point we had a team member that they say, here's our no buys, and that is, you know, hey, they didn't buy. But you know what? Even those charts alone, whether they bought or they didn't buy, they still want additional services. Even if they did buy from us, buy from someone else, or they didn't buy anything. So bottom line, call the patients. How many times do we need to touch them before we're done? Well, usually the answer is more than what we've already done. Mm-hmm. So beautiful. One more time.
Yeah.
How can people find you, Jay and Mara Shorr? Where can they find you online?
Easy. They can go to www.shorrsolutions, SHORR, solutions, plural, because we have more than one.
There you go.
.com, and all of our social handles are at Shorr Solutions.
All right, Jay, Mara, thank you. It's always a party when they're here. More videos are coming soon. Thank you for watching Global Aesthetics Conference in Miami at the Lowe's Hotel.
We look forward to seeing you at the Vegas Cosmetic Surgery Symposium Multi-Specialty in June 2018 at the Bellagio.
Yes.
We'll be there. See you there.
Bye.
Bye.